Welcome to a new Daily Top AskReddit video. Today's topic:
how would people react if Obama or Biden, even jokingly, declared himself king? I had a coach as a kid that told us, if you'd be upset if the other team did that, what you were doing is probably wrong. That has a lot of wisdom in it. Sounds like a good coach. People don't give enough credit to youth sports as a way to actively promote good morals among the players. Let's put it this way. In the summer of 2015, the right was convinced that the US Army had turned traitor and sworn eternal allegiance to only Obama. Obama was going to use only 2,100 of these soldiers to invade, conquer, and occupy Texas, population 30 million, like it was France, and turn it into the first part of the Obamanist empire. The GOP believed this to the point that the Texas government ordered a partial mobilization of the Texas State Guard to monitor the US Army. At no point did Obama make any sort of joke or tweet about doing this. Edit: sorry, I got the number of troops wrong, it wasn't 2,100, it was 1,200. There was a lot of right-wing chatter thinking Obama was going to try to stay in power for a third term. He never once hinted at that, yet Trump and his minions have actually tried to get him a third term, and it's crickets from the right. Actually, they support it. They only care about the Constitution when they are attacking the left. The right can do whatever they want. Edit: MAGA cultists are triggered because they don't understand the difference between an obvious joke told on a comedy show and politicians actually trying to get the rapist who shits himself an actual third term, and beyond. Fucking idiots. Meet me in the middle, said the unreasonable man. You take a step towards him, and he takes one step back. Meet me in the middle, said the unreasonable man. The same if they made fun of John McCain, even jokingly, for being a POW in Vietnam. Or refused to visit a crash site and said, "What do you want me to do, swim?" It's beyond insane that they are the party of principles when they clearly have none. It's just hatred of anyone they deem undesirable. Or visited Pearl Harbor and expressed confusion as to what the historical significance of the place was. My grandma lived in absolute fear that Obama was going to be a dictator, with zero indication or jokes about it. She had a book outlining how he was the Antichrist that she wanted everyone in the family to read. But the irony is that Trump literally stated he wanted to be a dictator and is doing very dictator stuff, and is very in line with Antichrist stuff if we want to get biblical. My grandma sees nothing wrong because she's just as hateful, racist as Trump is, and she wants him to be king. Obama is going to cancel the election and implement martial law to seize power indefinitely. My conspiracy theorist family, June 2016. My uncle went out and bought a fuck ton of ammo right after Obama won the first time because he firmly believed Obama would take away his guns. Woman facepalming, light skin tone. MAGA would absolutely lose it if any Democrat did everything that Trump is doing. That's the uneducated cultist mentality these pricks have. The biggest bunch of hypocrite assholes the world has to offer. They are actively cheering on the death of the USA because they think it will benefit them, traitors one and all. Draft-dodging felon destroys America. If it was a Democrat doing this shit, these hypocrite MAGA pricks would be storming every capitol. It's not nearly as bad as wearing a tan suit. You silly liberals, the tan suit wasn't Obama's issue. It was the un-American fancy mustard. Does no one remember anti-American arugula? Or am I just the only one here taking crazy pills? Exclamation mark. The tan suit, liking fancy mustard rather than ketchup on a hot dog, and liking Yuengling, Guinness over Budweiser were all things Fox had entire segments about. And, Yuengling is American owned and operated. Budweiser is owned by a Brazilian and Belgian conglomerate. You know how they would react. It doesn't matter what a Democrat does. Fox News and other places will always be there to invent conspiracy theories. It's so annoying when Dems moderate their message because they're worried Fox News will call them socialists. They're going to call you socialists anyway. Republicans are socialists. Red states statistically don't break even and receive the most federal funding. Don't try and point out their hypocrisy to them, they are immune to it. Also, Trump never jokes. I'm going to paraphrase a comment I'm half remembering, but Trump's idea of a joke is punching down on someone he considers lesser than him. He has no self-awareness or empathy, and it shows in the way he considers insults to be equivalent to humor. Even then, I don't think he's joking, just making a completely serious asshole comment, and it makes some people so uncomfortable that they laugh, and his supporters laugh because they think punching down is funny. But he's not joking. The far right side of the country went crazy foaming at the mouth over a tan suit. And Reagan wore a suit that exactly the same fucking color. Again, double standards, though. I will never, ever understand how the color of a suit pisses people off. Fucking crazies. I mean, we all know it wasn't the suit's color that was the problem for them, don't we? Can you imagine a black man getting elected president, being divorced twice, being known as a serial cheater, and have 4 children with 3 different baby mamas, and then caught having sex with a porn star while his wife was home with a newborn? The right would have set the White House on fire and Fox News would have an entire channel dedicated to it. WTF are you talking about? Trump had a shit fit when Obama dared to claim he was an American. Yeah, and now the country is literally being run by a guy from Africa. But he's white, so it's okay. Conservatives love to clutch pearls. Clinton's blowjob was a constitutional crisis, for fuck's sake. If any Democrat president even jokingly referred to themselves as a king, it'd blow up all over the Fox News cycle for weeks, and a huge swathe of the conservative voter base that is nearly incapable of thinking for themselves would be foaming at the mouth and talking about how they need the next American Revolution. Monica was older than 18, so it was morally reprehensible to them. It was the lying about it under oath that got him in trouble. I'm pretty sure lying under oath is a job requirement in today's administration. He didn't lie, the prosecutor was just bad at asking questions. Prior to his lie, it was established that sexual relations referred strictly to penis in vagina sexual intercourse. So, when asked if he had engaged in sexual relations, he truthfully said, "No, I did not have sexual relations with that woman." Are you serious? Fox News went apoplectic when Obama wore a tan suit. There would be literal convoys of Dodge Rams of MEAL Team 6 aiming to invade the White House if Obama joked about being king. Don't forget his terrorist fist jab when him and Michelle fist bumped each other. Meanwhile, Elon is over here sea-kyling and they're like, that was an awkward wave. That's our problem. We care how they would react. We shouldn't have been so respectful. Exactly. This whole, what if a Democrat did this, argument is completely lost on them. They are mentally ill and incapable of seeing things from other perspectives. They are beyond mentally ill. All the mentally ill people I know are way more evolved than these trash cult monkeys. At this point, if Obama strolled into the Oval Office and hacked Trump's head off with a sword and had it mounted on a post out front, I'd gladly hail Barack the First. The dude is so charismatic, even 10% of Trump's ball garglers would switch sides because of his brashness. At that point I would absolutely be convinced I am in a coma fever dream kinda thing. Can you imagine if Biden or Obama had George Soros come and run the government? The newly named Gulf of America would be brown from all the carp the MAGAs and GOP would raise. The newly named Gulf of America. They would literally say, I like Gulf of Mexico just fine. Quote. What difference does it make how people would have reacted then? What are we going to do now? I'm tired of seeing the hypocrisy and double standards being constantly called out anytime these domestic terrorists cross another line. If Democrats had done, Republicans would have. Yes, great, thanks for making the same point everyone makes when a new headline hits the front page. This is counterproductive. We know, bro. We know. They were ready to impeach Obama for wearing a tan suit and lock him up in Guantanamo Bay. Meanwhile, Elon is wearing a flesh suit made from illegally fired federal workers who committed suicide after losing the job. It's time to talk about what we are going to do, not what the other side would have done if the situation were reversed. Rant. Ironically, the conservatives were losing their minds about this during Obama's presidency. They were saying how Obama was never going to leave office. Mind you, Obama never said anything of a sort. They just made it all up. Now those same people are celebrating Trump calling himself a king and are okay with him never leaving office. Conservatives are nothing but hypocrites. They lost their minds when Obama wore a tan suit. They would have burned down the White House if he would have declared himself king. The right would be saying what you are saying and you would be parroting the talking points on the right. You are the same people. It's like the grocery store price thing. Each side takes turns saying the president doesn't control the prices or see your president is in charge and look, they're going up. Absolutely no one on the left would be saying, OMG, this is hilarious, they're totally trolling you because we have a modicum of decorum and don't jerk off our candidates every chance we get. Their entire personality was an act to end our democracy and install theocratic fascism, and they did it. Don't expect these kinds of posts to resonate. If Obama or Biden did that, they would all burn down the Capitol. Worse than that. They wanted to burn down the Capitol when Biden had the audacity to win an election. Obama was something far worse than a king in their eyes. He was a black man with authority. Joking vs already showing schemes, ambitions and intent of abusing executive privileges to the extent of that of despotic, dictator status are completely different things. Action against this corruption must be taken before more disaster befalls us all. People keep pointing to these hypocrisies, but I am telling you they are by design and literally used as a strategic advantage. They do not give a shit about their hypocrisy and are very pleased you spend so much time spinning your wheels about it. Faux news would be calling for blood. And did agree with them for once. Let's not pretend it would be the same thing whatsoever. Trump is joking he is king because he is already trying to normalize the idea for when he stops joking about it. He does this every time. Biden might actually joke about it, and probably follow it up with, of course America has no kings, and then proceed to follow the rule of law. Trump is a fucking felon. Don't give conservatives any more. Well, in 2025 you said a Democrat would never joke about being king. It is not the same playing field. You mean the guy they had stories on for weeks about the one time he wore a tan suit and how democracy was now destroyed? Yeah, I'm sure those people would react normally. I hate to say it, but electing Obama broke the Republicans. They completely lost it. It gave birth to the Tea Party that then morphed into MAGA. Who knows where we go from here?